All right, Gravel Throat Reviews here with a list of 10 smashing new death metal and black metal and crust punk albums to check out and enjoy. Please hit the like button if you can, helps out quite a bit. Let's get right into this list. At number 1 is Crossbringer with the album Heliosum's Aeternus. This is one of the most heinous black death metal albums I've heard in a while. Crossbringer is based out of Russia, but has band members in different countries as well. This album is chock full of panic-inducing riffs that are dismal and haunting. If you're a fan of bands like Deathspell Omega, Behemoth, Scaff, Blue Dao Snord, Ackless, Suffering Hour, Ulcerate, etc., definitely check out this blistering beast of a record by Crossbringer, and that is Heliosum's Aeternus at number 1. And number 2 is the band Harakiri Origami, and with the album Mañana no Vendrá. This is a sick black gaze project that is brand new. This album just dropped, and there's literally no information that I can find on this artist at all. And each song has less than 1,000 plays on it, so this is basically as underground as it gets. This album has moments of harsh industrial and noise with a very foggy and distant guitar tone that is lo-fi and driving. There are some more uplifting riffs that take nods from bands like Deaf Heaven and Mole. The title track, Mañana no Vendrá, has a spoken word and an ethereal feel in between visceral pain screams that plant this album firmly in the black gaze genre. Great project. Definitely check that out. That is Harakiri Origami with the new album Mañana no Vendrá. And at number 3 is Reptilian Arms with the album, or the EP, Extensa Fabula. Reptilian Arms is a death sludge project based out of San Jose, California, that just dropped their first studio EP entitled Extensa Fabula that features massive distorted guitars that are gross and gritty. There are some very cool static encrusted guitar stacks that fill out the perfect amount of space in the mix and add a layer of filth and grit. The vocals are pretty dynamic as well, and they take influences from bands like I Hate God, Down, and other kind of sludge southern bands. Reptilian Arms uses a mid-range raspy yell that are echoed and reverbed, and even reach into the higher delivery with a black metal style and a more guttural death metal delivery as well. There are some more restful moments with cleaner vocal style, like in the intro to the song Shroom Doom. The song Preyed Upon is more of an aggressive black death metal piece that is jarring and hateful. All in all, it's a great EP with some sick guitar tones and some blissful southern grooves. Definitely worth checking out. That is Reptilian Arms with the EP Extensa Fabula. Moving on to number 4 is Blood Abscission with the album that's just called 2. This is a brand new band. Not much is known about them, including where they're from or who the band members are. But this is a beautiful and well done atmospheric black metal piece that has some shining walls of guitar and some dark and trance-inducing riffs that are emotional and vibrant. There are no names to the songs. The tracks are just numbered 1 through 5, and they all feature really good songwriting, intense flurries of drumming paired with howls and screams that raise the hair on your neck. This is a 41-minute album with just 5 songs, so they're all kind of long, drawn out, extremely well thought out as well. Absolutely beautiful album, definitely worth your time. This album will be on my list of favorites of the end of the year. That's no doubt about that. That is Blood Abscission with the album 2. Moving on to number 5 is the band Dart with the album Speed Days. This is a brand new project from Finland that is crazy, hilarious, and awesome. They deliver speed metal infused crusty thrash with exciting riffs and driving drums. Insane ripping 80s style guitar solos infect every song with a feeling of nostalgia and vigor. The melodies are inspired by a retro punk and hardcore sound. The vocals are raspy and fueled by liquor and circle pits. Don't listen to this album at the gym because you're going to hurt yourself. Just check out this logo and this album art. It tells you everything you need to know about this awesome project. That is Dart with the album Speed Days at number 5. And number 6 is the band Revenge with Violate, Strife, Abominate. This is a brand new Revenge album that just dropped on Season of the Mist. This is just another installment of Revenge doing what they do best. Relentless, ignorant, war metal with stomping riffs and filthy, disgusting guitar tones. The vocals sound like a rabid goblin melting in a giant microwave. This is as straightforward as it gets. Raw, driving, ballistic, animalistic, and depraved. That is Revenge with the album Violate, Strife, Abominate. Moving on to number 7 is Marno with the album Via Incognita. This is a brand new neo-crust black metal album from a band that I've discussed before, Marno. Marno is a crust band based out of the Czech Republic. This is a new album, Via Incognita. It has massive pounding D beats, uplifting and soul-crushing riffs, punchy mid-ranged, harsh punk-style vocals, and the mix is very aggressive. The moments of quiet and bliss between the massive walls of sound are meditative and emotional. Check out this release if you're into bands like Wolf Brigade, Ancest, Moro, etc. Amazing album from Marno. That's called Via Incognita. And at number 8 is Malphas with the album Extinct. Malphas is a nasty black metal band from Switzerland that has some elements of death metal and the melodies of old school Swedish black metal. The vocal layering is beefy and sinister. The softer moments create a cycle of anxiety and relief that plays with your emotions constantly. The song Majestic Moon is an insane banger that has vocals that could be on a Crust album due to their harsh mid-range tonality. The mix on this album is incredible, and I like the beautiful keys and other orchestral instrumentation around the halfway point. This album is massive and dismal as hell. Definitely check it out. That is Malphas with the album Extinct. And at number 9 is Forenolith with the album Ashen Womb. Forenolith from Copenhagen, Denmark is back with another monster death metal album with lumbering riffs that saw their way through the walls of bass and blast beats. This brand of mid-paced death metal is pretty popular these days, and I'm definitely a fan. The atmospheres on this album are thick and heavy as hell, like on the song No Mata. I love the bass tones in this record. They are so chunky with a touch of like cavernous reverb that is suffocating and somehow gratifying as well. I saw Forenolith live in San Jose many years ago when they were on tour with Necrot. They played in this tiny little room that only held like 40 people, and it was really close up and personal experience with Forenolith. Very memorable. But check out that amazing album by Forenolith, Ashen Womb is what it's called. So check that one out. And at number 10 is Corpus Ophal with the self-titled album. This is a brand new Austin, Texas-based project that sprang from the ashes of Cerebral Rot. The new self-titled album is out on $20 spin. The riffs on this are smashing and dismal, often angular and disorienting as well, like on the title track, excuse me. I love the animalistic snorts and the guttural vocals on the track Essence of Delusion or Disillusion. These guys are playing here in Seattle at the Belltown Yacht Club on Saturday, May 3rd. So go check out that show. I know these guys have a ton of shows lined up for this year, so keep your eyes peeled for those show dates. That is Corpus Ophal with the self-titled album. Yep, and that is 10 brand new extreme metal albums, black metal, death metal, crust albums that you should definitely check out. Check out all these bands on Bandcamp and their respective websites and record labels. Massive shout out to all these bands. Thank you for the sick records. I have t-shirts for sale. If you're interested, let me know and shoot me a DM. And I'm going to put a list of all these bands right here so you can screenshot that and look at these bands for yourself. Please hit the like button if you can. Helps out quite a bit. Thank you so much for your time today. This is Gravel Throat Reviews. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.